Hi guys, welcome back to Inside Pro Cycling TV. Today we're in Florida and we're with a very elusive person. I mean, this guy is just back from US Nationals and he's on his way to the Worlds. So I'd like you to meet Grant Potter.
That's me.
And Grant is a former US National champion, as you can see from the jersey back here. Grant is a new type of cyclist. I mean, we're talking about somebody who's very, very dedicated to the sport. He has a family, he has kids, he's got a wife, he's got a business, yet at the same time, Grant is doing about 30 hours a week of training. And he's definitely national caliber. So one of the things that we want to find out from Grant is how does he juggle this, number one. Number two, what are his goals? And number three, how does he train to get as far as he has gotten in the sport? So we're here to pick your mind, okay? So let's get started, Grant. Like, you just came back from Nationals. How was that order?
Great racing, really tough, fantastic course. Kentucky was really hot this year. The road race was nice and the criterium really good. TT a little bit hilly for me, but it was yeah, it was good. It was good.
As you can see, Grant is not small.
Yeah, yeah, it was tough. I just did a stage race, the Gwinnett stage race the week before, so I've been getting some good training in right now.
You basically your real goal is the Worlds at this point, right?
Yeah, this will be the fourth year going to Worlds, and I've been getting closer and closer every year.
What have been your results at the World?
Oh my God, I won the field sprint actually last year in the road race, and with 7th, and I got 5th in the TT last year, and then the year before I got a 7th in the TT.
Now these are the Worlds at St. Johann, right?
St. Johann, yeah.
Right, in Austria. Now it's incredible quality riders that are going there now. Huh?
Oh, a lot of people, yeah. I think the road race was
pros and everything.
Oh, a lot of guys. There was like 240 guys in the road race last year.
240 was a field
huge
in
field,
your age group?
Yeah,
no kidding.
huge field, yeah.
I did the Worlds over there in St. Johann back in the early 80s, early to mid 80s. I went a couple of times. And first of all, it's a beautiful place.
Beautiful,
I mean, it's a gorgeous place. You think that you're, what is it, the Sound of Music, and that the kids are going to come out singing, from the hills and stuff.
Yeah.
Julie Andrews is going to show up anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a beautiful, beautiful place, and the quality of the riders is amazing.
Yeah, it was an eye opener for me. The first year I went, I trained really hard for it, and yeah, these guys, the real deal. Yeah,
real deal. So tell us, how do you train for it? Give us a little bit of an insight of what your training routine is. What is it that you actually do to get to the level of that you feel confident to go to the Worlds? And you're not going to go just as a tourist. You're going to go because you have a chance of winning, right?
Well, hopefully this year I really held back a lot this year. Previous years, because in Florida we start so early. We were doing Tour of Bahamas in January, and it's a long year. So when you get to Worlds, it's tough to hang on to your fitness. So this year I kind of held back a little bit, but I do all the Florida scene, and usually go do the US crits. That's always great. Racing gets me in shape, and then try and pick a few stage races. In the past, I've gone out of town and raced in Belize a lot. They have long races. Tour of Dominican Republic, that used to be really good in the past. So this year I just got back from Gwinnett and Nationals, and I've been putting in a lot of hours, and I feel pretty good. So.
Excellent. Now, how, for example, you say you're putting in a lot of hours. You were telling me that you do about 30 hours a week.
Depends what races I'm getting ready for. If it's just crits, it's sometimes down to 20, and depending on my schedule, I have a landscaping business, so in the summer that gets really, really hectic and tough, and then I have 3 kids. So
that gets really hectic.
Yeah, I end up riding in the inside, some nights, because there's nothing worse than going out on the bike and feeling guilty, not being with them. So
and then you really don't get the training effect that you do if you do it in a different mindset.
Yeah, well, my biggest problem is I can train and put the time in, but it's the recovery, and that's everything. My coach is always getting on at me about that, and not enough massage, but that's the main thing is recovery.
And how do you manage the landscape business with?
My sister Nina is she's my partner.
Oh,
and
so
she's fantastic. Yeah, she came over from Scotland a few years ago to help me, and basically I work for her now. She's taken over,
Okay.
so she's a huge help. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we're here actually in Grant's gym, you know, and as you can see, you can't see it, but there's a whole bunch of jerseys everywhere. There's this time trial bike there. Not his time trial bike, basically a bike that he has set up for training indoors, and there's rollers, and there's a bunch of equipment here, which is basically, you were telling me that you spent about half the time here, half the time on the road.
Yeah, I've been trying to do a lot of isometrics this year to and help the core, and then just put the hours on. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Well, what I like to do is, you know, we're running a little bit out of time, so what I like to do is cut it here, but I want to come back and get more specific about the training, Grant. I think that if you can share some of your knowledge with a lot of the other riders that are watching this, I think that that's the message that I like to bring. You know, somebody that's successful as you are in riding, you got to be doing something right, you know, and if you don't mind sharing that with us, you know, I mean, I'm not talking about getting to specifics on how you train and, you know, how do you recover, and a little bit about your diet and stuff like that, because I think that, you know, at your age, it's something that you're doing that is fantastic, but if you can share it with other people, I think that it's even more fantastic. I mean,
sure. Yeah,
but let's leave it for another segment, because
okay.
We'll come back, you know, and do another segment real quick.
Okay.
And get that done, okay?
Okay.
Grant.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. And we're going to come back with Grant and give you specifics, because I think that somebody as successful as he is on the bike has a lot that he can share with us. And it's very important to bring that to you. And that's one of the aims that we have, bring you information of that nature. So we'll be back at you real quick.